All right, mate. Yeah, you were waiting for another leg down to scoop it up. Me too. I mean, I already own a portion of TKO. I've bought 2 portions. I was planning on buying 4. I've only buy 4 positions in it. I'm only half allocated, so I also would like another leg down to be loading more. And this is likely true that the pumps are short lived. It was up 62%. These are beautiful deviations, right? In the near term, these are beautiful deviations. Now, I do think that this is probably going to get more upside, and we sell off here. We come up here, and then probably head to new lows, right? And that's the most likely scenario. If this gets to 10 cent, I think that's a wonderful place to be loading a boat. And the reason for that is because that would bring us right down to here. That's the low. Ideally, if we got to 9 cent or something, somewhere, just below this, I mean, that would be marvelous. I know it's not good for my position in the near term, the positions I'm holding, but I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. I don't mind holding at a loss to be able to average down and get a better position, a better longer term position, because I've got belief in CZ and the launch pads. Like today was the first launch pad got news released, and this pumped 60%. It just shows you what could happen after we have 10 more launch pads over the next few years, and also when actual buyers come back into the market. It gives good hope. It gives a good possibility, or whatever you want to call it, that maybe my strategy is not too bad, to be buying launch pads that are down 94 to 98% down and accumulate down there and hold. Obviously we don't know, we don't have a crystal ball, but and the fact that picking the launch pads that CZ hopefully will not let die, that Binance actually has been the strongest exchange, that CZ is hopefully fully backed and has enough capital, that launch pads will still continue to be a good thing in the future. So hopefully the process of buying the launch pads will work out in the long run to be a good call, but we don't know yet. But hopefully it is a good sign so far. Some of my launch pads are in the red, but with patience I'm looking to accumulate more, and that was always the plan, to be averaging down into this last part of the market, last part of the bear market. So if we can see here, this is the highest point. I just want to kind of measure what we are down. Like we had it ended up only being up 25% on the day, but it's still down almost 95%. The low was 96%. Now you can see here, good to add some TKO. Load up here and below. Like if we can get that, because that is a 97%. So if you can add on a double bottom there, yes, it may go lower, but these double bottoms can often be great places to add, or especially on deviations above it or below it. Sorry, deviation below this low. That would then be 97% down. You're adding, and if it does drop to 98%, you can continue to build down there. I will be anyway. I mean, TKO is an exchange, and it's an exchange on in Indonesia, of course, we all know already, I think. Like, let's look at let's look at KuCoin here. You remember KuCoin got launched? KuCoin then, like this is an exchange as well, and look what happened. KuCoin dropped 98%, right? 98%. And this is an exchange. Now, the thing is, in bear markets, new exchanges have very bad liquidity. They have very bad user bases. People are not spending money. They're not making much money on fees, and they struggle. They struggle really bad for new exchanges. But when the money comes back, and obviously the market gets better, well, you can see what happened. This KuCoin, you can see that the exact bottom here was. Obviously, we'll call that February. You can see here, that's a year of a bottom. That was a full year of a bottom. But if you had bought into down here and got your average really low, well, exchanges in history have done very well. So I'm actually I should have bought recently and I didn't buy more, and I almost pulled the trigger, and I feel stupid not actually pulling the trigger. I don't mind having a 96% down or whatever, because you can continue to build on a coin like I do have a belief that TKO will last this bear market and get through it. It's a launch pad. CZ should back good products. It's an exchange. It's Indonesia. He was just there in Indo recently at that conference. I'm sure he probably talked with them again, possibly. So I have good belief. You can see here done 80x. KuCoin done an 80x. Now you don't need an 80x to do very well. Even a 10x you can do bloody really well. There's a 5x to just there. If you bought KuCoin down on the low, I'm not saying you're going to get the exact lows, but it doesn't matter actually. But the important thing here is you can see KuCoin dropped 98% down to the very lows. If we are lucky enough to get a 98% drop on TKO, I think it's a load up point. I think it's a load the boat. I think over time it'll do extremely well. I think people are sleeping on TKO, to be honest. And I'm annoyed at myself I didn't even buy lower. Don't get me wrong. I expect TKO to do something like this for a year. That's the honest truth about it. But I don't want to be adding back up here. I want to be doing my best to be adding down here at 96, 97, 90, even 95%. Let me see where 95% down is. See, even 95% down there is right there. That is where TKO is at right now. So if we're buying here, TKO is there at this white line. And it was down to about here. So it's not a bad place to be buying, to be honest. And if it goes lower, continue to buy. I mean, I know, is there risk involved in that? There is, but without risk, there is no reward. But I just do not want to be buying back up here. I want to be buying deep down. I don't care if I'm on a loss for a period. So what I'm saying is, I don't really have a fear. See, we're only 95% down now. It was 96. Okay, so yes, I would like to see lower on it. But what I'm saying is, even on a double bottom here, even if it doesn't get down, if it does get down here, well, so be it, buy more. But if it gets here, I think it's worthy of a buy. I think this is a load the boat point as well, a load up, and if it goes lower, we'll continue to drop that average. Because I honestly think people are sleeping on TKO. I'm not saying it's going to be the greatest, but I think it's got very good potential. Crypto is only growing. Indonesia, it's one of the largest user bases for certain exchanges on the planet. There's hundreds of millions of people out there. I forget the population. As time goes forward, the regulation for crypto should relax in theory. I know it's a Muslim country or whatever, but in theory it should relax over time. So I'm annoyed at myself that I didn't buy when we were down here somewhere, 96% down, and I feel like an idiot for not even adding some here, to be honest, and continue to add and build, go lower. So now I need to hope that we do come back down, and because I missed this opportunity here. And it's 2 days ago. That's how frustrating it is. 2 days ago we could have bought down here, but yeah. So if we go lower, yeah, I really do think that we need to be buying some. At least I'm going to buy some. Of course, none of it's financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, and hopefully it all works out.